Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be reviewing the Scottish Ale from Belhaven Brewery out of Dunbar, Scotland. Thanks for joining us. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review. Look, we all know this is a show where you get our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we're drinking and reviewing. But did you also know this is a show where you can save 15% or more on your car insurance? The more you watch, the more you save. So be sure to keep watching. And no good? Okay. Hey, everybody.
That was your funny intro?
That was my funny intro. What's wrong with it?
I've heard it before.
Like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media. I'm just rolling with it, so you're not going to stop me now. You're not going to stop me now.
Nobody's watching.
I know. So I've got Jay. I've got Andy in his PJs. And then what are we drinking today?
These are not pajamas, man.
Belhaven. We are going to have the Scottish Ale from Belhaven Brewery. It's rich. It's nutty. It's smooth. I'm ready.
The perfect man.
Let's drink it.
Where's he been all my life?
All right. So we have had one other Belhaven before, so definitely excited to try this one as well.
Always jazzed about the thistle.
The Belhaven Wee Heavy made the Wall of Fame.
Yeah, there's Scotch Ale.
Yep.
And this is the Scottish Ale.
Interesting.
So, Andy, while we're pouring, tell us why you're wearing pajamas today.
This is a shirt. It's my the family tartan. This is the Wallace family tartan. So Scottish on the mother side of Wallace, and so whenever we drink a beer from Scotland, I'm going to represent.
That's what you wear, huh? All right.
That's
Fair
what
enough.
you wear, huh?
Fair enough.
Cheers,
anytime we wear, I'm going to wear Dunder Mifflin. My Dunder Mifflin shirt. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Wow.
It's a stark difference from the Wee Heavy.
Yeah.
Very different.
Now, and I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting this to taste lighter, just like a lighter version of the Wee Heavy.
I had no expectation coming in.
Does this taste a little smoky to y'all?
It does, yeah.
It's definitely different. I'm trying to put my finger on what that taste is.
So it's 5.2 ABV.
Mm-hmm. 28 IBUs.
It's 100% Scottish barley malts. So nutty,
pale, crystal, and black
character.
Yeah. It's got Challenger and Goldings hops, but I don't remember what the Wee Heavy had off the top of my head, but I was expecting more of a malty taste, caramel taste, kind of like the Wee Heavy.
I was definitely expecting more of like I don't know, almost like I guess I go off the nutty, that they put
brown
on the
ale.
Yeah, definitely like a nut brown ale, Samuel Smith type brown ale, but
maybe an oatmeal or something like that. But
it's not anywhere close to that. At least from what I'm getting.
I like that. I wasn't expecting that smoke, on the back end, but I mean, I like it. Kind of reminds me of a nice Scotch. Nice Islay.
I'm not a Scotch drinker at all. Is that kind of the flavor that you get from a Scotch? Is that
some of them? Depends on which part of the country. A lot of the Isleys
real peaty, real earthy.
Yeah.
Or you get some
Isleys
real
are smoky. Ooh, yeah, those are amazing. It's when I say it's like It's like drinking the ashes from a fire pit, but in a good way.
Yeah. So I mean,
Sounds
like
appetizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess I don't get that as a smoke. I mean, I know it's definitely something different, but to me, it's not smoky flavor that I'm used to, I guess. Let's put it that way. We've had a couple of other beers that have a smoke, flavor on that back end. I've had other drinks, like a smoky old fashioned, for example, that you really get those smoky flavors. It's a different flavor, but to me, it's not. I would never have, without you saying that, I would never have classified it as a smoke.
They're different in the smoking bin, like what you're thinking of, like on a smoked old fashioned or even as some of the smoked beers we've had, like Bo and Luke Duke from Against the Grain. You remember that had a smoky flavor. This one is where it's almost like they've smoked the malts or the grains. And correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, but that's before they go into the process more.
And I can see, but I don't know. That information was not revealed on their site, so I can't give that to you.
Yeah, I mean
but I could see that.
Interesting.
Yeah, in the before it goes in.
That would make it more subtle, is the way I would think of it.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'll get into it when we rate.
Because a lot, like when you get some of these barrel aged individual ones, Ben, I think you can get smoky flavor on those from the charred oak barrels or various different flavors. That's different than having the actual grains or the malts smoked prior to going in.
Yeah.
My interpretation. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a little disappointed in the labeling, because I've had Belhaven before. I've logged the Scottish ale, just not the wee heavy when we've been doing reviewing it. That was my first, but I've had the Scottish ale when I look back, and it was several years ago. And the labeling, I like their old school labeling. It was in a different bottle. I think it was more clear, but it was like a painting or a snapshot of the city of Dunbar and around the brewery, and it just looked old world.
Yeah, I saw that when searching for the image to add here to our review here. So yeah, I agree with you. Though one thing I will say, I do like with the wee heavy, it was kind of a darker red, if I remember correctly. They all have the same kind of, it's the same kind of label, but just different colors, so
it's very sketched, kind of like they're trying to make it hip. Something as old as this, 1719 is when this, I want that old world look.
It almost makes it look like they're trying to make it look like a tower. Those
are
the bricks of a tower.
Yeah, it's funny. We've talked about this from a marketing standpoint. We had I think it was Delirium, where we were thinking, hey, or at least I was, hey, Delirium's been around forever. They've got this old year on the bottle. You look at all this, everything about it, just the foil, everything is like just old. And then it's like the beer is only 30, 40 years old.
From the 90s, right?
Yeah. And where you look at this, and there's nothing about this other than the date on the bottle that would make me think that it is old, So it's a contrast of, I guess, what they, the marketing group that they have at the time thinks will sell, potentially. So, all right. Well, I think it's time to go around and give this a rating. So, Andy, you've had this one, you said. I have not. Jay, have you had this one?
I don't believe so.
All right.
I can jump in and rate it.
Go for
it. It's interesting and unique. Either the nutty flavor or the smoky flavor is a little bit different from what I expected and anticipated with the Scottish ale. and maybe my anticipation is completely wrong. But it just tastes a little different to me. So I think I'm going to rate this one probably a 7.
Yeah, I've drank a good amount of mine because I'm trying to really put my finger on what that taste is, and it's different. I can't really equate it to anything. It's unlike any beer that I can ever remember having. It just, that back end is just so different, and really unexpected, because you've got this nice kind of, amber beer that you are going to drink, and then it has just that, I don't know, that flavor on the back end. I can say I don't really care for it. I don't hate it. It's one of those, if somebody hands me, I'm going to drink it, but it's not one that I'm like excited to pick up because I just can't put my finger on what it is. And it's not a flavor that I'm, that I'm searching out, I guess, or I don't want to say I don't like the flavor, but it's kind of in between.
It's not off-putting, but it's not
right.
It's not completely desirable either.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. So, for me, this is a 5.
Whoa!
Yeah, it is. It is. I just, I don't. Yeah.
Andrew, I think we need to get Ben. We need to do a taste testing of different scotches, and that would show him the difference between some of these peaty, smoky, and just the.
You got your Spays, you got your Highlands, you got your Islands. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that would be a good adventure. Maybe we ought to plan that one weekend when we're all together in the fall.
Corporate, we're going to Scotland.
Yeah,
we'll do some breweries, we'll do some distilleries.
We get that corporate trip to Scotland. I'll drink whatever.
Start a new channel.
Yeah.
3 fools drink scotch.
All right, Andrew, you're up.
I don't know why, but I was expecting this just to be a lighter version of the Wee Heavy, because maybe I'm just dumb. So I was a little disappointed that there was not enough of the malt character that we got from the other one. I like that little sweet. That to me tastes a little more nutty, I guess, than this, but it redeems itself in the smoky aftertaste, and I appreciate that. And the more I was just like putting a nose in it, I could definitely smell that smoke, and I like smoke. So that really brings the score back up. So I would have this again, but if you gave me the Wee Heavy and the Scottish Ale, I'm 100% of the time I'm going for the Wee Heavy over this, because I think I gave that a 9. And this is I'll give this a 7.5. I'll drink it again, but that Wee Heavy just raised my expectations too much, and it's been some years since I've had this again, and I purposefully did not look at my score from then. So I'll have to go back and look to see what I gave it. So now that I know more about beer, 7.5. Not bad, just not a Wee Heavy.
Right.
Yeah, I think the last thing I would kind of interject here is that, I'm super excited to have more beer from Belhaven as we can find it, because we've had things, the Wee Heavy was absolutely amazing. This one is going to get a lower score from us, but it's different, and it's not. Anytime I can go get a beer and it be something different and not what I'm expecting, hey, that's a good beer to sit down and try. And I think the thing that binds the three of us together, other than college and fraternity and all that stuff, is the fact that we like to try different beer. And that's what we're out there searching for, the next beer that we haven't had. And so I think that I'm super excited to try another Belhaven, because this one's different, and it's not like the Wee Heavy, which is good. But we've had great beer from them, and we've had a beer that's also good on its own merit. But just, I think it's something different, and they aren't. This isn't just another mini version of the We Have, if you will.
Well, and it takes some to get the distribution. I mean, you got to think about this. I mean, you're talking overseas,
yeah,
and to have not only one but two and potentially more, that speaks to the brewery for sure. So, I was excited to try this one, and it didn't completely disappoint me at all. It's something that's just different, and I'm looking forward to the next one that we can find. I think I might have seen another one in the store the other day. So,
well, that We Heavy is hard to follow for sure. All right, that will give us a 6.5 for the Belhaven Brewery's Scottish Ale. It is rich, nutty, and smooth. So definitely one to check out if you like something a little bit different. As we have all noted, it's different, and definitely something for you to try if you like to try different beers, for sure. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, and check us out on social media. For Jay and Andy in the attic and in his PJs, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cool. Cheers.